Anthony flying everybody. No, sorry, not
Hot.
everybody. Julia and Martina to Key West on his own plane that he owns, and his face is on the plane. Did you notice that?
No, I did not notice that, but I'm gonna go
His
back and
Honda
look.
Jet, his little face is on
Honda,
it.
like the
It's the
car,
Honda Jet.
like the
Yes. Yeah.
me judging a jet, and my bathroom trickles water. Come on.
I'll find a
I
picture and post
I don't
it
think
on
he's
our
attractive.
Instagram.
But I think being able to fly is hot, hot, hot.
I think he's cute. I like
I
a
think he's
beard.
cute. Yeah, I like a beard. Yeah, I
But
think
it
that's an
was cute that
amazing
they picked
talent.
Julia and Martina and Anthony's like, oh, I'm like one of the girls today. And Martina's like, I'm literally not.
I'm
So
not
like that was cute. That was a cute
Olympian.
pair to see together.
Well, speaking of
We love
Martina
that.
and Julia, I'm still not into the Adriana Julia. And you know what I've noticed this episode? It's
Mm.
Adriana. It's not Julia.
Julia did call Adriana her soulmate, but that's still like friend.
Yeah, she like feeds into it.
She
Like
does.
Adriana, like why Julia gets the bad rep is because Adriana like dangles the grape, and Julia's like
Yeah.
num 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 num.
Like I'm gonna bite it. And she said
Mhm.
that because everybody at when they're playing Truth or Dare, like Lisa, she picked Lisa to do the almond out of her mouth, and then Nicole had to like I think it was like talk to her hand and say like how much she wanted to have sex with somebody in that room, and she picked Julia, and Julia's like I love how everybody's so fascinated with me and like it's not about my sexuality, it's not about this, it's just my personality. I'm just a very flirtatious person, and everybody is drawn to that. So she's
Yeah,
like,
Lisa said it too.
I don't
Lisa's like,
care.
she could make anybody's pants come off.
Yeah, I mean, she's beautiful.
It's that accent. It's all of it for me, really.
Everything. And her daughter, so we see that her daughter is, going to France to finish high school and she's leaving soon. And just that little snippet with her daughter when she's like crying in the middle of a grocery store and her daughter's like, Mom, you look insane. She's beautiful. Beautiful
hmm
kids.
Yeah, I mean, her mom was like
Very
Miss
wholesome.
USSR. Another down moment, I guess, in a bummer moment was, I don't. Uh, Gertie is in Harper's Bazaar and she's in Vogue and she's in all these things, but I'm not seeing it with Alexia's wedding. So I'm not saying that she isn't amazing at her job and all these things, but the way
Mhm.
it's edited or whatever you want to call it, I'm seeing Alexia's point that like she's not really, maybe Alexia's not involved and maybe Gertie's just doing everything. But Alexia's
Yeah.
also not standing up for herself and being like, I need to know when this is going to happen. And Marisol's getting involved, which I love, but she doesn't want her friend to
Yeah.
not have a good wedding.
With wedding planning though, like an event planner can only do so much. Like if she's like delaying, and she even said she's like I'm like kind of delaying it until Todd and Peter make up, and then finally they find this venue. It's not on Gertie's fault that this venue canceled. They just can't handle the capacity, or they can't, maybe they don't want it to be filmed, whatever it
Right.
is. Like that's not on Gertie's fault. And then like as far as tastings and all that stuff, like you do that closer to the wedding day.
Once
Like
you
you
have
get
the
all your
venue.
big, yeah, you get all your big stuff done first, like venue, and then you work on your vendors, you work on photographer, you work on your videographer, you work on a caterer if your vendor doesn't come with a caterer. So like Gertie's still doing the big scale stuff where Alexi is like, what napkin color are we going to have? And Gertie's like, I don't have time for this shit. Like, who's going to film this wedding? Like,
Right. Yeah.
so I get it. I was in the wedding industry. So like, I
Well,
get it a
she
little
got
bit, but
married recently, so it definitely did take a while.
they eloped. They, I think,
They
got
did a
married
little.
in like,
They
yeah, I
got
think
married
they
in
got
like
married
Bahamas or something.
yeah, somewhere in the Caribbean. Because Todd was like, I just want to go to the courthouse or whatever. It's also right now, I'm sure, planning a wedding during all of these like new variants and mandates. And this was earlier in the year. It was probably super frustrating because maybe that's a reason why this also venue canceled.
Plus, a lot of people are probably going there because Florida is a little bit more lenient with the rules. That people are probably
Yeah.
going there to get married.
Yeah. So
That's true.
that's not on Gertie. Like she's worried about the napkin color and like what signature cocktail they're gonna have. Like that, those are minute details that you can pick literally 2 weeks before your wedding.
Right.
We need to do the big stuff. Like, do you have your dress?
Yeah, no, I get,
Do you have a band?
right. Well, I was, and she did. It seems like they never said the date, but I felt bad for, I do feel bad for Alexia though, because again, and I agree, it's not Gertie's fault that this place backed out. It's not.
No,
But I do
it
feel bad
just
for
sucks.
Alexia because Alexia, like, she just gets hit after hit after hit.
She does. She's like, I feel like the universe is trying to tell me not to get married. But
Right,
I
and
really like Todd. And I think he's good for her.
I don't know. You know my opinions. I just think it was inappropriate how he acted, and I'm just curious if he does that in other things as well. But that's Miami. Not a lot has happened, so let's move on.
Not a lot.
Let's move on.
Well, they're going to the Hamptons next week because Larsa Marie Jewelry is having some sort of event.
Never heard of it too. When she's like, it's so growing. I'm like, never heard of you.
I am very happy that we only got to see her face like once.
This episode. I'm happy she didn't go to the girls' night. Yeah, I like Kiki.
And that we're done talking about OnlyFans.